In a context of an application, let's take pet clinic, and based on their roles, user can manage environments here and also manage application versions. These versions can be assigned to an environment like dev, QA, or prod for deployment on targeted infrastructures. As a best practice, we recommend to use the same blueprint from dev to production to ensure continuity throughout the application lifecycle. However, it might be preferable in some cases to use different application architecture depending on the environment. As a pragmatic solution, we introduced the concept of variants in alien4cloud 1.4. So let's take an example with our pet clinic blueprint. To develop the application code and deploy the dev environment, you may prefer a light infrastructure running only on containers. Here is our blueprint variant with the dev qualifier, and this variant is designed only with Docker components, the front end, and the database components. Now for our QA environment, we want to keep the application code running on the container, but the database to run on a VM for production-like testing. So in our variant QA, we have replaced the database running on a container by a standard MySQL component that is hosted on a compute. Finally, for our production environment, as for the previous example, we will still reuse the Docker container to run the application code, but this time, for the database, we want to use the production database that is already running on Amazon. So here we have an abstract component to match with the database declared as a service in alien4cloud. So now we can deploy our different variants on each environment. Let's go to the deployment screen. We select the dev environment here. So the dev environment with the full Docker variant, and click deploy. Here it's starting. So now the QA environment with an hybrid deployment on a container and a VM. Let's click deploy. Finally, a production environment using the database as a service. You can have a quick look to the matching phase. So here is our database as a service, and click deploy. So the deployments are in progress. In the meantime, let's see how we manage versions and variants. So in the version screen here, so in the version screen, we find our application 0.1 and with the three variants, dev, QA, and production. So I could create a new variant from here, but now I want to create a new version of the app. So let's do it. So we'll create a version 0.2, for example, and we will create this new version from the previous version 0.1. Click create. Here we can see that the corresponding variants have been automatically generated for a new version, so version 0.2 with the variants dev, QA, and prod. So now let's go to the environment screen. Here we find our three environments, dev, QA, and prod. And I can define which version and variants will be deployed on which environment. For example, next time I want to deploy the dev environment, I want the version 0.2 with the variant dev, with the qualifier dev. Let's click OK. That's it. To finish, let's have a look to our deployment. We can go here, and we see that our dev, QA, and production environment has been deployed. We just have to click on the link to see the app running. So there is a link on the description for more information about version and variant management, and another link to download the alien4cloud open source version 1.4.